guys, what's up, what's poppin', what's good? So I'm back here with another video, and it's actually a collab video with
Tayo.
Basically today we're just going to talk about our experiences as black girls in predominantly white areas. The predominantly white area I'm mainly going to be talking about is my school and the area around the school I used to go to. And yeah, so that was predominantly white. I was the only fully black person in my year, and I'm just going to talk about that, you know.
It was the secondary school or primary?
Secondary.
But yeah, I'm going to be talking about the area that I lived in and how like my family was basically the only black family in that area. It was in Dublin, so it was in Ireland, a completely different country.
Yeah. So let's go. So basically I'm going to talk about name calling and like being name called within schools.
I remember this one time actually I was just walking to like the shops to go get something, and then I was near the train station and some guy just parked his car, and then like out the window he just shouted the N-word, like unprovoked, like I didn't even know him.
Unprovoked, rent free, we live in your heads. That's so
yeah, that's like the only one that I can fully remember from like my childhood and stuff. I mean, there has been times like, you know, when little kids would be like, oh my god, she blackie, stuff like that, but it didn't really like affect me as much as like a random adult just shouting that out of the car.
Because like, you wouldn't expect someone who's grown to be doing that to a child. I've been called a few names. I mean, I feel like every black person's going to be called a few names in their lifetime, and that sounds so bad, but this society that we live in is so messed up, man. It's so messed up. I've been called a monkey, I've been called the N-word, and you know what irritates me is not even when they call you names, like whatever, call me names, I don't care, but they refer you to another person just because you're black.
Yeah.
Like, someone's called me, I think it was Kevin Hart's daughter. Like, someone just tagged me in that post.
And the thing is, you will look nothing alike, but because you have the same like skin colour, it's all of a sudden you know them, or you don't even
have to be the same complete skin colour. Like, it could be a mixed race person, they will now say you're twins. Realistically,
it's weird.
Yeah,
because you don't do that to them.
I'd never go, oh, this girl looks like this girl, because realistically you have different features.
That's honestly so weird. Like, I never understood that.
So next we're actually going to talk about racial microaggressions that we've experienced. Microaggressions are defined by the everyday slights, indignities, put downs and insults that marginalised groups of people experience in their day-to-day interactions with people.
So like examples would be like when you're at school or something, and like you might use like a big fancy word and they're like, oh my gosh, your English is so good.
Yeah,
that's like so weird.
No, you talk so white. I forgot about that.
Or when people used to call you like an Oreo or something.
Yeah, like, or coconut. I ain't no coconut.
So it just indicates that you think that, you know, black people can't have good vocabulary.
I feel like microaggressions can be based on a lot of ignorance. Definitely. As well as racism.
Yeah, because some people don't even realise that when they say certain comments that it's actually quite rude. Yeah. Because I know whenever I used to get them when I was younger, like I didn't even think of it that much. I just thought like, oh my gosh, thanks or whatever, you know. I'd giggle and laugh it off. But it's actually, they have such racial undertones.
Yeah, like someone used to be like, oh, you talk so white. Like, someone actually had said to me, you sound like a Fed. I said, hey. A Fed? So, like, a Fed speaks in a certain way. Like, it's very weird that you don't expect black people to speak properly. It's very weird.
Yeah. There's no such thing as speaking white. Like, people associate speaking white as like
with education and intelligence.
Like, everybody can be educated.
We be educated everywhere, so don't try us like that.
Do you ever come into school and then like your natural hair is out, like, oh my gosh, is that your real hair? And like
so basically one day I wore my natural hair, next day I wore weave. This girl, how could she now ask me, how, oh my god, your hair has grown so much in a day? I was like, wow. Because I know for a fact you don't think that, you just wanted to bring up my hair.
Exactly. When they're like, oh, can I touch your hair? I don't know if you ever had someone sniff your hair before. So in like primary school, like it was, I know like we talk about secondary school and stuff, but in primary school, like when I was about to finish, you know, like I had my natural hair out and stuff, and they'd be touching it, like sniffing it, and back then, I can't believe I didn't think it was an issue. Like I didn't think it was normal, but I didn't think it was a problem, if you get what I mean.
If someone asks to touch, like, the fact is people don't ask.
Yeah.
Like, I will never go up to a white person or an Asian person and touch their hair because I have no time for touching your hair.
But it just kind of shows that they think, like, that, I don't know what type of hair it is, but that kind of hair was, like, more natural and, like, normal.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, 4C
our
hair, 4B
like
hair
crazy.
is, like, whoa, like,
it's different.
This is
it's
out of this world.
It's like, I hate that word exotic, but yeah.
That's what
Another microaggression is you're pretty for a black girl. I've been pretty, and it ain't for a black girl because we've been beautiful. If you think that's a compliment, you should exit my life right now. You should actually leave my life. I don't understand. What the hell? Like,
because basically what you're saying is that all black girls are ugly. However, I'm an exception.
Sometimes you look good.
Yeah.
Compared to all the...
You're one of the few lucky ones.
Like, wow. Are we meant to, like, praise you for, or say thank you?
That's a horrible thing to say.
Exactly. Or like when people start to question, downplay your race by saying, oh, you don't look fully black, or oh, you look exotic, or oh, you must be mixed with something else. No, I'm black, and I'm blackety black.
Period. I've never gotten that one. But
have you never had that?
No.
Oh,
I think because you're of a lighter complexion, that's what they're probably assuming.
They're like, oh no, you're so exotic. Like, no, it's not even someone. It's bare people have asked me if I'm black and Asian. I said no, because I'm fully black. And I don't like people downplaying my race. It insinuates that
you can't be pretty just by being black. You have to be mixed with something else to make up your beauty.
Yeah, and my beauty comes from my people.
Like, just accept the fact that black girls who are just black can be pretty. Like, they don't need to be mixed with anything.
We don't need it, man.
Oh, also, when I don't know if it's like a fetish or if it's like a microaggression, but when people are like, oh my gosh, you chocolate bronze,
that's a fetish.
Queen.
That's a fetish.
I think that's weird.
It makes me feel sick. No, I've deleted people's Snap for saying that.
Like,
you're like a bit of hot chocolate. I will cry.
I shake my head and be like, what?
Are you serious? Are you joking?
It was like, you chocolate, ebony, bronze,
ebony princess. If you call me an ebony princess, well, stop it.
Don't do that.
Microaggressions. I've put aggressive, sassy, feisty, violent. Those words. No. They just irritate me because realistically I've been called that so many times when I want to stand up for myself in a situation, and I'm being very intellectual. I'm not shouting and I'm stating my point, but because I'm black and because I'm a woman, I'm a black woman, people feel intimidated by the power I hold, and I'm suddenly aggressive. And they suddenly want to push it onto me. This stereotype is not real. It's actually not real. And maybe you see us aggressive because all we've had to do for our whole lives is fight for our right. Like, all we've had to do is actually fight to be, like, seen as humans. All we've had to do is fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you're calling me aggressive. You're downplaying my opinion, and you're downplaying what I'm trying to fight for.
I think that term is always like, you know, feisty. You have too much attitude. It's always used to like silence black women.
Yeah.
Like, how is trying to, like, I don't know, fight for my right or fight for something that I believe in? How is that aggressive? And if it was someone else, they would be considered passionate. They really care about a cause.
Wordplay is so important.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's so frustrating,
and
it does nothing but silence, you know, black women, because it means like we can't speak about our issues, our experiences without the fear of thinking, no, they might not listen to me. They might think that I'm just doing the most.
But like starting from year like 11, year 10, I kind of stopped talking because as soon as I said something, like, people actually wanted you to say something, they'd provoke me to anger.
Yeah.
And then
when you're angry, you're the angry black girl.
And then when I'm angry, I'm the angry black girl. So I kind of realised the best thing to do is not say anything, because these people, like, are not entitled to your pain. Like, they're not entitled to make you feel like you're worthless, because you're actually not.
Everything that any black girl says, if it's to speak out about, like, what we're going through, the oppression of that, we have a right to say it. And I feel like at this point it's like this stereotype, I don't know if it will ever leave us, because people always use it as an excuse to just silence us.
It's very rare to see an aggressive black woman, but when they were labelled it all the time, I don't understand, because it's also,
and you know, that becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know, like it's kind of like when you get labeled as aggressive for so long, at some point you're gonna be like,
yeah, you're gonna just be like, you know what, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're gonna be aggressive because they're gonna say it anyway about us.
Exactly.
So it's very damaging to us as well. Like, stop doing it, man. Use of the term sassy. Oh, you're so sassy, my sassy girl. You don't call anybody else that. Don't be calling me that. Don't be calling me that.
And that's like just a lot more subtle than saying like you're angry or aggressive. Because sassy kind of sounds like,
I'll say something and you'll go, ooh, sassy.
No, it's not.
I just said my opinion. Mixing up of names is another microaggression that I really dislike. Because especially in school, I've had experiences where teachers there's no Keisha in this school, so why are you reading the register and my name is now Keisha? Think about it. Ask yourself that.
I get teachers that used to call me, like, they would have a black girl in like their class like the previous year, then they'd call me that black girl's name. Because like, oh, sorry, I had a student named this, and she was exactly your colour. That kind of thing. That's so weird. And they try to laugh it off and make it seem like it's a normal thing, but it's like, you get everyone else's name right. Why is it me that you're all of a sudden doing mix up?
It undermines us and it makes us feel like we're just situated in a group.
Exactly.
And like also, what's it called? When I was in lessons, I would be called the same names as the mixed race girls in the same lesson as me, so you are actually their teacher. Like, you should know our names.
You should do better.
You should do better.
You know, I think they're okay with it now, but they don't think they need to really change, because when they make that mistake, we don't really call them out.
Oh, this is like a big one, like ignorant behaviour in general. So like, if I talk about the ignorant behaviour I've experienced, people saying stuff like, oh, aren't squats where Nigerian people live? I won't even say all the stuff that I've heard, but you know, it's stupid.
And the thing is that they know it's wrong, because sometimes they'll say it and they'll look around just to see like everyone's reaction.
Like, oh, is anyone laughing at me? It wasn't funny, babe. Like, it actually it ain't nobody laughing.
And I feel like a lot of people are comfortable doing this kind of thing. We don't always call them out, you know, because sometimes it's awkward to call them out. Yeah. And if you do call them out, it's all of a sudden, right, and I'm so angry for it. It's just a little joke.
And you're the only, imagine being the only black person in that place. So you're the only one who knows how it feels, and they don't care. Fetishization, is that how you say the word?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like black women are like hypersexualized. It's even from like a young age, because apparently, you know, black women develop quicker and stuff. So even when it comes to things like wearing certain outfits, from a young age, you're told you can't wear this, you can't wear that. Or when it comes to like even, you know, hairstyles and stuff. Some hairstyles, it's too mature for your age. Stuff like that.
But it would be like completely fine on a different person. I agree with the hypersexuality of black women. I also see it as hypersexuality of black males. Definitely, dark skinned black men. I don't know what they go through, man.
It's like, oh my gosh,
they're so sexualized. Like it's so heartbreaking, because
there's more to them.
There's more to you, but you're suddenly all seen it like you're just objectified. And we're seen as that a lot. Like, have you heard of like Venus? Basically, Sarah Bartman she's also known as Venus. She was a black woman that basically they brought her like to the UK, to France, especially because she had like a big bum. And then like people would just go and watch her, like, so you can see how like we've structurally been forced to, like, we've structurally been objectified. I just feel like it's very heartbreaking.
Because it's like, it is heartbreaking, because there's more to us than like, you know,
bodies,
hearts, that like things that we can't control, you know. Black women, obviously black men, but like, because we're women, we can speak from our perspective. It's like, we're educated, you know, we're talented, we have so many things to offer in this world than just our bodies.
So obviously we know that black women, like, in general, we're seen as developing more, so like we're seen as having more big bum, big breast, you know, that's what people think we have. So we're objectified more for that, and I feel like that's very demeaning and degrading to black women, especially, and especially for like clothing items. Someone who with less bum and less breast could literally wear the same item of clothing and not be sexualized when we are. As well as that, there are black women who do not have big bum or do not have big breasts and do not have the stereotypical attributes that have been portrayed for how many centuries, and now they feel like less.
It can really get to people, especially like young girls and stuff, because young girls are impressionable, you know, and they will be thinking, oh, well, my friends have this, why don't I have that? When everyone is fine their own way, and it's not like
beautiful. No, I feel like society likes our features, just not on us.
And you know what's funny is that the people who would like bully us or make fun of us for like, you know, the things that we had, like we have, I mean, like the big lips, maybe the noses, the body types, they're at the clinic right now.
Where you at?
They're waiting for their appointment.
Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah, back up.
It just shows like the power of like you know, trends and like what's in, what's not in.
Yeah, especially like when I think I was in year 8 or year 9. Somebody just, this is what irritates me about some people. They just posted a comment on my Instagram and they were like, drop lip. I said, okay. Yeah, as in like it wasn't even, it was a recent picture, so it was like they went back onto my Instagram and that was someone I knew, like, so I was just like, okay. Being called names is terrible as well,
because you actually start believing it at some point.
I was very naive. I never thought, oh, like, these people would ever say anything. If they're my friends, why would they ever have this view of me? I kind of like found out like during school times, like, people, I would leave a party and then people would discuss whether it's okay to say the N-word, and I would be like, okay. Like,
okay, wait, that means they knew there's something wrong, because the fact that they didn't mention it in front of you,
they went away. Like, they waited till I left, I got in my Uber, and then they would now talk about it. And that just makes me feel like these are the people I'm meant to be friends with. This is actually all I'm going to say about saying the N-word, because black people have died and that has been the last word they've heard. So now that you think you can say it just because we say it in songs because we're taking it back and whatever, it's very demeaning, it's very degrading, and it's actually racist. So the fact that people who were meant to be my friends or supposed to be my friends were discussing it behind my back, it was very heartbreaking at a young age. Like, you see people talk about, like, not just you, your whole race, and your race is so vital to you because that's the first thing someone's going to actually see.
Exactly. Before they know anything about you, they know you're black. You know?
And, like, you people who say you don't see colour.
That's another microaggression. It's like when they say there's only one race, the human race. Like,
oh, shut up.
Do better. Do better, because how can you not see race?
It's important to see.
If you don't see colour, that means you don't see the oppression. You know,
you don't see the oppression. You don't see the oppression Asian people face, black people face, just because they're a different skin colour to you, and that's problematic.
Yeah, it's even worse when black people are the ones that say they don't see colour.
If you say you don't see colour and you're black, you must. I will make you stand in front of a mirror for 10 hours. I will make you stand in front of a mirror because I'm confused.
It's actually like your colour is a defining feature, you know. It actually affects everything
day of your
life,
do.
You know, whether you're going to get that job, like
whether you're going to be stopped on the road.
Your colour, despite the fact that all these companies love to claim that, you know, they're equal, they value diversity, it can impact like whether you get that job, whether you can buy that house, whether you can afford to live in a certain area, blah blah blah. So say you don't see colour.
Is there anything else? Oh, pronouncing names wrong.
I was on a live with someone, and her name was like very easy to say, but the teacher would ask, oh, can I call you something that's completely different?
If you say, can I call you, what's a really like African name?
Ayomide or something like that?
Okay, Ayomide. Cool, safe. If you say, can I call you AA, I will, it will be over for you. Don't let someone take your name that was given to you from you.
Your mom didn't carry you for 9 months for someone to now start calling you AA.
AA. These names, these African names mean so much. They have so much meaning. So now that someone's now calling you AA instead of Ayomide, you're now saying hello. You're now carrying on.
And the thing is that if they actually tried, they would be able to say your name.
It's respect. If I'm gonna call you Eric, you better call me Ayomide. Yeah. Like, I'm confused.
Like, I've had times, like, my name is Tayo. Like, I don't think my name is that hard. You know, it's only 4 letters.
Yeah.
I've been called, like, Tio. You know, there's this crisp brand, and it's called Tato. It's like an Irish one. They call me Tato Crisp, Tomato, or Toyota. I've had it all.
Every day.
I've had it all.
Next question.
Just like stuff like, you know, to do with culture and stuff. The way that we live, like in our houses and stuff, it will be different to like, you know, like an English family or something, because like different countries and stuff. So like, I don't know, like I feel like when you bring your friends over sometimes, or if you share some experiences in school about what happens at home, like just how you live, you know, to them they're like, whoa, like they fully act proper shocked.
Yeah.
And I understand it might be different, but it's like I don't need the over exaggerated response. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, also I'm forced to learn about how you guys live. Please.
Exactly.
Don't
we haven't like
mixed.
Adapted to the society and everything. So like if I tell you that, oh, I do this a bit differently, there's only further like, oh my gosh, no way, do you know what I mean?
No, or like I've had this at school. I will bring my food in and you will have the most stinking lasagna, but you won't say nothing. But me, I will bring in my jollof and you'll start crying.
You know, till this day I feel like I don't feel comfortable, like I'm not gonna lie, like bringing like I'll bring Nigerian food. I don't have time.
I will bring in my jollof because is it your business? You're now saying, oh, it stinks, oh, but then you're asking for a bite. See the correlation? I don't say, oh my god, that tuna stinks. No, I just sit down and enjoy.
I just feel like it's manners, you know, because if it was like a different person who wasn't black that brought their own food, like I feel like other people would firm it and just be like, okay, they might not like the smell, but they won't say anything. But it's Africans, like, ooh, what's that? You know, the exaggeration. It's like, can I have a bite? Like, it's just not needed. Like, it's just then I feel uncomfortable. Hence why I don't bring like my own food to that work and stuff. I just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I don't have time for the questions. Can you bring me some next time? No, I can't. You know, that kind of thing.
So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything to say about it, you know, comment down below. Tayo, I'll put all her information down below as well, her channel, her Instagram, her Twitter, etc, etc. Just go down below. Also, like the video if you like the video, subscribe. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers because you know we be doing that. And I will see you in the next video.
Bye.